everyone, and welcome to your pre-recorded video for the week of April 20th. I am not able to go live with you, as I mentioned earlier this week, as I am going to be enjoying Natalie's opening night of the University Theater Dance Company performance of their concert. And so I still wanted to inspire and create some awesome things for all of you. And so you're going to see here some great Father's Day cards that you can make using a stamp set that is called Beside You. So I'm going to show you the stamp set first and let you know that this awesome stamp set is in our mini catalog, but is carrying over into our new annual catalog. So it's a set that's going to be around for a while. The cost is $26 for this set. What I like about it is it's great for all kinds of different masculine cards. It's great for Father's Day, for thank you for dad. And you can also use it for other important men in your life. It doesn't have to just be your dad. It can be grandparents, uncles, all kinds of stuff. So I love this stamp set. And it was the one that I chose to use to showcase with you all tonight. I'm trying to find a mixture of product that is carrying over and a mixture of product that is retiring to kind of show you how you can kind of pair them together and create beautiful cards. Now, before we get into this, I do have a few announcements that I wanted to mention. So this last weekend, we celebrated Chloe's birthday. My granddaughter's 3. I'm going to post a couple pictures of her in our group so that you guys can see her. She was so cute in her little, she loves Paw Patrol and loves Sky. So she had a beautiful Sky cake and a beautiful Sky dress. So it was really fun. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that the ordering promotion that I have going on for in conjunction with my retirement party. So my retirement party, you can watch the replay. It's over on this group where I'm posting this video. And it's going on, my ordering promotion, through Friday, April 21st. So anybody who puts in a minimum $50 order from now until Friday, so it's kind of been going on since Monday. You're going to be watching this video on Thursday. So you have until Friday the 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get your order in. But anybody who does put in an order, you will receive a bolt of the silver trim ribbon. It's the really wide ribbon. Oh, well, actually, it's one that I'm giving away this week. So you'll get a bolt of this ribbon for free. And you'll also get a package of the metallic silver foil sheets. It's an $18 value between that ribbon and the foil. You're going to get that for free as a personal thank you. And it's a great time for you to be able to get any of those last minute retiring products. So what I showcased on Monday was not everything retiring, just a subset of some of my favorite things, and I showcased some cards. So if you haven't watched that Facebook Live, please go back and check it out. It was a really awesome, fun evening of just sharing some awesome things with you. Now, if you'd rather not put in your order online yourself, you may also message me, and I'll be happy to put that order in for you. You can message me on Facebook or email me at kim@kimsbasementbunch.com, and I'll be happy to get you all set up and cared for with your order. Okay, so first things we're going to do is give away prizes. So if you shared my video last week, you were going to be into the drawing to receive some goodies. And I'm happy to announce that we have 2 winners of this awesome stuff. So the winner of, let me find my pen so that I can write the names on this. The winner of the Simply Elegant Trim is Janet Crowell. So congratulations to Janet. So Janet, I will get that off to you unless I see you this month. Otherwise, I'll get that off to you, okay? And then the winner of the silver trim ribbon is Luann Lesner. So congratulations to Luann and to Janet. Yay! Everybody clap. Okay. Up for grabs this week. Now, I know it's not going to be the same. You can still comment shared over in YouTube. You can comment shared here. Share my video. Share this post on Facebook. All kinds of different things you can do to get into the drawing for this next week. It's all about, for me, you guys letting people know about me. So however you would like to do that. But I have the enamel sticker icons. And the neat thing with these is you can color them with your blends and make them any color that you want. So you could use these for so many different occasions. And then I have a bolt of the basic white, this might actually be the Whisper White, crinkle ribbon. So those are the 2 things that I'm going to be drawing for next week. So make sure that you share. Okay. So with that, I'm going to talk to you about some new catalog stuff as we begin with the presentation for tonight, okay? Now, this was a class that I created for my daughter Claire when we did a fundraiser for her trip to Europe with her Blue Lake International trip. I can tell you that I've got a couple of these kits left. When I pulled this to do, I knew I was going to do this for a Facebook Live. I happened to see that I've got a couple kits still cut and ready for this. So if you're interested in this, message me or comment and let me know, and I can give you more details. But I do have some of this left. So as I mentioned earlier when I started doing my video here for you tonight, we are using the Beside Me Stampset. And this again is in the mini catalog carrying over to the annual catalog. And then I paired it with the He's the Man designer series paper, which I showcased on my retirement party on Monday. He's the Man paper is what I paired it with. And then I also paired it with the rustic metallic dots. These are carrying over into our new catalog. And the final thing I paired it with is the, what is the name of this? It's the linen natural finish ribbon. This is retiring. So as of the time of me doing this video, it is still available. So I'm hoping it still will be when you guys see my video on Thursday. So those are the products that we're going to use. All of my coloring tonight was done using about 3 sets of blends. And again, I try to keep it that way so you don't have to buy a ton of blends if you wanted to have your cards look just like mine. So I used the Calypso Coral Light and Dark. I used the ivory and the bronze because those two come together. And I used the brown to color some of the hair and stuff for the bronze. And then I used the dark and light crumb cake. So those are the blends that you're going to be seeing me use tonight. And I may not even color all of them. We'll see how long this takes and how far I get. How's that? So for my first card, again, I used the colors to pair it together with the He's the Man designer series paper. So for this one, I used the Cajun Craze for my card base. And then I have a layer of Sahara Sand. Now I know that Sahara Sand is a cardstock that is going away. And I don't even know if it's still available or not. Stuff is selling out like crazy. So these next 2 weeks with Stampin' Up! Is going to be a little bit nutty. But I also embossed it with one of the newer embossing folders, and I don't know the name of that off the top of my head, but just gave it a little bit of texture here so that it wasn't just a solid piece here. And what I did is I added some of this texture ribbon around this layer right down here on the bottom. So let me add that there. Now, new catalogs. I know you're all eager to be getting new catalogs, and new catalogs should be coming any day. When I did my retirement party on Monday, I had a couple of you mention that your catalogs came in the mail. So be on the lookout. They are starting to arrive. If any of you that have ordered with me in the last year do not receive your catalog by about, I would say give it until maybe April 28th, 29th. If you do not receive it, let me know and I will get a different one sent out in the mail to you, okay? Because I definitely want everyone to have their catalog by May 2nd when this new catalog goes live. I know we all get excited to see new products, and so I definitely don't want you guys having to wait too long. Okay, I then cut a piece of that designer series paper. This is cut 2 by 5 in a quarter, and then my basic black is cut 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So you're going to have that little bit of an edge, and because the black is in the paper. So we're just going to adhere those two together, and then I adhered it down to the left side of my card. So I'm just going to adhere this together like that, and then this is going to get adhered down to my card like this. So it's going to lay right on top of that ribbon. Go all the way down. All right, then I cut a piece of cardstock, very vanilla, big enough to stamp the cute little sentiment, or the cute little stamp here on it, which is like a dad with the 2 kids. And then I cut a piece that's a little bit bigger. I don't have this exact measurement, but all I do, I mentioned in my previous lives, is I kind of measure the stamp and then cut the piece accordingly, and then cut the one that goes behind it 1/4 of an inch bigger. Okay, so that is kind of how I do that. And these two are just going to get adhered together. And then I put this onto my card using some Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm just going to add a dimensional to the 4 corners of this. and I'm going to put this down at the top. And you can see that by coloring it, it just makes those the people just come to life. It actually makes this entire card come to life, if you want me to be honest with you. So we're going to put that there. And then I have the little Celebrating You Today. I stamped the Celebrating You Today on a 1/2 inch strip of the very vanilla cardstock. And then I'm going to mat this behind a layer of the Cajun Craze. And I'm just going to glue those two pieces together. You cut that a little bit better. I got it a little crooked. There we go. And I'm just going to adhere those two together. And then this also went on with dimensionals. Now, all my stamping tonight was done using the Memento black ink so that I was able to incorporate in those blends and color with those. So let me put a couple of dimensionals on here. And then we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Now, like I said, I might not do all of the coloring. I might just mainly tell you how I did the coloring and all of that awesome stuff. So let me bring this one in a little bit closer to the camera so you guys can see it. So what I did is I used the Calypso Coral dark to color the little boy's shirt, and then I used the light to color the girl's shirt, but went on top of some of those lines with the dark. I'm not sure if you can see the variation in his jeans or his denim pants here, but I colored brown. I used the brown from the bronze for his the pants, and then the pockets I did a different color, just again to give it a little bit of a different look. The hair on the I'm calling it the dad figure, and the boy, I believe I used the bronze, and the girl I chose to use the crumb cake. Okay, so that is kind of what I did. Again, not going to take the time to color it all in because we'd be here forever. But that is exactly what I did on this. And then, I mean, that's it. Nothing too fancy. But isn't that a really pretty card? Again, I paired, so when I just chose what I wanted to use for coloring, I went with the color scheme of the card and the designer series paper. So that is why I chose those colors, because I wanted it all to kind of go together. Even though Calypso Coral is not the color that I used for the Cajun Craze is what I used, this I thought still matched nice enough to kind of give it the contrast that I was looking for. So that is the first card that I created for you using the Beside You stamp set. Okay, the next one that I'm going to be creating is this one right here. And I love this one. It's so darn cute. And I love, this is probably my favorite piece of designer series paper from that He's the Man set. Now again, this He's the Man designer series paper is retiring. Again, it was featured on my Monday night retirement party, and it was available at that time. So I'm hoping it still is for those of you that maybe aren't seeing this until now. But it's great masculine paper and can be used for so many different designs other than just using it for the He's the Man bundle. So I have a 5.5 or 5.25 by 4 piece of the Cajun Craze, and you can see how beautiful this early espresso paper is on top of that. It just looks really nice. And then on the bottom, I used this one. Again, you can use any of the designer series papers from that pack. You don't have to just use the ones that I've used. You can use any of them. And then I chose to put some of this natural trim ribbon across the middle. Just a really nice neutral look. So I'm just going to cut a piece of that off. Again, that ribbon is retiring, so it was available when I went to do my video. Who knows what's going to be available come Thursday or tonight when you're seeing this, because again, stuff is just selling out. And so I've been telling all of you, don't delay. If there's stuff you really want, please get it ordered, because I will tell you, I've been a demonstrator for 12 years and I have not seen stuff selling out as fast as I am this year. Or maybe haven't noticed it as much, but oh my goodness, like a lot of stuff sold out pretty fast once the retirement list came out. And then this, I gotta make sure I get that straight. There we go. It's just gonna go on there like that. And then I have 2 pieces, again, cut about the same size as whatever the size of that stamp was, with the Cajun Craze being cut 1/4 inch bigger. And so that is going to go onto my card like that. And then dimensionals are going to go in the 4 corners of this. So like that. There we we go. And that's going to go near the top of the card. And then on this one, I went with the saying, beside me all the way. So this would be a great like Father's Day or just an inspirational to somebody who has inspired you, all kinds of awesome stuff. And so that's also going to go on a little piece of Cajun Craze, and it's going to get put onto my card with some dimensionals. If I can get it on there straight. There we go. So I'm just going to put a couple dimensionals on there. And then the coloring I am pretty similar to how I mentioned I did the other one. Can you guys see how that coloring just brings that card right to life? So again, using the same ones, I used the Calypso Coral, dark and light. I used the ivory for the skin. I used the bronze. I used the dark. The bronze are a little different. So one's the bronze, one's the dark crumb cake. The light for his hat, and if you wanted to, I could have even taken this back in and gone on top of these lines of the hat with the dark to kind of give it a little bit more definition. So lots of different options and things that you can do there with that one. So that is my second card featuring this awesome stamp set. Okay, my third one is this one right here. Look how cute. Isn't that awesome? And I can still remember my dad helping me ride my bike. So, all right. So for this one, I chose to use Basic Black to pull in the black from that Designer Series paper. So Basic Black is my card base for this one. And then I have a layer of the Very Vanilla, and I use that same embossing folder that I used in my first card. And I added a little layer of that ribbon along the middle of this. So I'm just going to cut a piece of ribbon wide enough to go across there. And this ribbon, I think, just gives it a nice, it just blends in so nicely with all of the other neutrals that I've been using on these cards. I really liked how these cards came together. Sometimes masculine cards can be a little more challenging, and so I had to kind of think a little outside the box on these, but I really, really like how they all came together. And I like that the stamp set is carrying over. So it made it an easy choice for me to be able to showcase for you all as well. Okay, then I have a piece of that Designer Series paper cut 4x3. You can use whatever size you want of this, but I'm going to use the one. You can see it's kind of got the little Cajun lines through it. So it kind of makes the Cajun lines pop by putting it behind a 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece of Cajun Craze. So we're just going to adhere those two pieces together. I also want to remind you all that my classes are open for the month of April still. We have the Fancy Flora card class, the Regency Park card class, and I think I'm almost sold out of my Ready to Ride card class. All of the links to register are in my emailed newsletters. So if you have not joined my mailing list yet, please go to kimsbasementbunch.com. And as soon as you go there, a window will pop up for you to join, or there's a link for you to say join mailing list. It's just going to ask you for your name and your email, and it'll get you on my mailing list. That is the best way to get all of my news and information on the different classes and events and things that I have. I'm trying to eventually get it all on my blog, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a work in progress for well over a year because I just don't have the time or the capacity in my schedule to do it all with my full-time job and life and mom and all that kind of stuff. So I've kind of made my email become my hub, so to speak, for all of the information that you might need to know about what I'm doing, my BOGO sales, all that kind of stuff. So I should mention my BOGO sale. Postcards will be going out soon, but if you have been to one of my BOGO sales before, it's a great deal. Whatever you purchase from the retirement stuff, you get to pick out that much in free product or new product from the new catalog, and you only pay me for your order. So it's a really great deal. If you want more information on that, let me know. But the in-person one for that is going to be on June 9th and 10th. And then my one for the online one will be shortly right after. It'll start the evening of the 10th and conclude, I want to say it's the 24th of June. All right. And so it's earlier this year. Last year I had to do it a little bit later because my daughter graduated from high school and we had her open house and all of that stuff that I had to do the first weekend in January or in June. Why do I keep saying January? I don't want to go back to January. So anyway, I decided to make it go back to the time that I've been doing it. So that it's going to be earlier that month. Oh my goodness, you guys, I have been forgetting to tell you that I've also been embellishing these cards with those rustic metallic dots. So you can see here I put one there. On my first card, I put a couple up there. I just realized that when I saw them on this one, that I've been kind of ignoring those dots. All right, so this card, again, it's a very similar pattern that I've used in the past. I love how it all came together. I used the 1 3/4 inch circle punch and the 2-inch circle punch, which are current. However, they are not available right now. I know they're unorderable, but we can still get them. And then I topped off this card by using, let me find my take your pick tool here, by using a couple of these little dots. Now, another awesome thing in our new catalog, we have some new tips coming for our Take Your Pick tool that will do different things. So I can definitely tell you I'm going to be getting more than one Take Your Pick tool because, you know, right now we have, you know, this attachment as well for doing like, you know, moving things in your stylus and stuff. And this one right here. And then there's also one for like for a spatula. I mean, there's so many different little ends to these that I think it's almost to a point where I'm ready to use have two of them. Yeah, there's the other one, the little spatula, but I've been leaving it on this little pokey one, although I could change it back. That's the awesome thing with this, is that you just change it, lock it, there you go. This one's a good one for like moving things around and stuff like that. So anyway, lots of different tips now, and I think it might be easier to just have a couple of them laying around. That's my plan anyway. So for this one, you can see that I've also, again, colored it the same kind of color scheme using all those blends that I mentioned earlier. So no, nothing different. They're all the same blends. Again, if you have more blends and you want to incorporate more color, go for it. Absolutely do that. But I wanted to keep it kind of simple. And when I did this class in person, everyone was able to actually do their own coloring. I had the blends there and stuff like that. So it made it easy to not have to have too many blends for that class. All right, my last card. So this card class is only 4 cards, but you get all the supplies to make 2 of each one. But this is the last one that I did. And again, I used the little bike. So for this one, I used Early Espresso for my card base. And I am just going to fold this in half here like that. And again, using the exact same embossing folder, embossed it. Now, before I adhere this down, I'm going to add some of that Designer Series paper. And I kind of did it like this, where I added it kind of crisscrossed and put it on here. So let's glue those 2 together. I'm just going to put some adhesive down in the middle of this. And it's going to go like that. And then we're going to adhere this down. And then we're going to go ahead and put that ribbon on there. So this is just going to get put on here at an angle like that. Or do you want, I don't know, however, we're going to do it like that. All right, and then the ribbon is going to go across the middle again. So this ribbon, with it being so wide, makes it nice for doing it and using it the way that I did, where it just goes around. This ribbon would be a little too bulky, I think, to do like a knot or a bow or anything like that. So this ribbon is a really good ribbon for just doing a wraparound, I call it, and calling it good. And it just adds enough, and it's still nice and flat, and makes it a really good ribbon to add to them. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and adhere this down to my card base. And then again, I kind of just figured out the size of this by measuring the stamp with the grid paper, or you can use a ruler, and made my Early Espresso piece 1/4 of an inch bigger. So those 2 are just going to get adhered down like this. And then those went on my card, once again, with some awesome Stampin' Dimensionals. So 1 in each corner here. I'm just going to go like that. And then you can see I put the Beside Me all the way on it. And that's going to go in the center here. And Beside Me all the way is once again on a 1/2 of an inch think it's a 1/2 of an inch. Maybe it's a 3/4 of an inch. I'm not sure. But you get it. It's just a little scrap. And dimensionals again. Probably don't really need 2, but I'm going to put 2 on there. Color scheme, identical. Guys, I use the exact same blends for these. So this is just going to go down here on the bottom. And then last but not least, I added a couple of the little rustic gems down here on the bottom. I did 1 large and 1 small. And there you have it. So let me bring my finished cards all back in here. So these are going to be the ones that are all colored because I don't have all of them colored. As you know, we didn't color all of them. There we go. So there are my cards that I created for you tonight. Again, as a pre-recorded Facebook Live and replacement. I also wanted to let you guys know that I have a couple openings as of the time of this video in both my In Color Club and my Color Refresh Club. That will be starting the month of May, and I will be having that out to you guys by the middle of the month. Each month, it'll go out around the middle of the month. Those of you that have paid me in full, you're great. Otherwise, it's going to be a monthly payment for those. And I also have one opening, literally one opening in each of my product shares, which is the embellishments and the designer series paper. So if you guys want in on that, please let me know, comment, message me. I'll get you hooked up with that. And I'm trying to think what else I have got going on. That might be everything so far in the way of stuff. So anyway, I hope that you've all enjoyed these awesome cards that I created for you in advance tonight. And again, I want to make sure you all know about my ordering promotion. This started beginning on Monday with my retirement party that I did. So if anyone puts in an order over $50 until Friday, April 21st, you receive a bolt of the silver trim ribbon, which is a bolt of this. And you're also going to receive a package of the silver foil specialty pack. It is a $10 value. You get 3 of those different shades of silver foil. An $18 value for free. But you must order using this host code. So you are going to go to this website, kimsbasementbunch.com, click on shop now. There's a link right there for the host code. Or if you prefer, you could also email me, and I'd be happy to put your your order in for you. You could either email me or message me on Facebook. So thank you all so very much. It was different not being live with you this week, but I'll be back next week, and I'll be showcasing, I believe, new stuff. I'll have some new cards cut and prepped to share with you as we get ready to welcome in our new catalog. All right, thank you all so very much. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation and it gave you some inspiration, and I look forward to being live with you all again next week. Bye, everyone.